Good morning, Orland family. This is Counselor Briggs over at Orland High School. Just wanted to do a quick video on A through G. I say quick video, I'm not 100% sure how long it's going to be. I'm going to try to be quick with it. A through G requirements for UC schools, CSU schools, and a lot of different state schools all around the country, and private universities, private schools all over the place. A lot of the same requirements for these different schools. So I'm going to go over it, and I'm going to post a link in the description of this video of our link to our curriculum handbook, so that you can follow along if you'd like, or you can print it off, whatever. Let me see, can I turn this around? Okay. Alright, so click on the link below in the description. It should take you to this page. This is the Orland High School Curriculum Handbook. So 2019-2020, not a whole lot's changing between now and next school year. So you can scroll down here. This is the second page. Just kind of basic table of contents, tells you some different things we're going to go that you can look at. I'm going to the UC and CSU A through G requirements on page 5. Just scroll down. Really quick, page 4 has the Orland High School class requirements, or graduation requirements. They're actually very similar to the A through G requirements for UC CSU schools. Alright, so getting to A through G, go ahead and scroll down to page 5, or open to page 5 if you have a hard copy of the curriculum handbook. Alright, so first subject that they have on here, or that we have on here, is your history/social science. Minimum requirement 2 years. Now, when this talks about you need 1 year of this, 4 years of that, that means that for every semester, or each year is 2 semesters. So that means like fall, spring, fall, spring, fall, spring. That would be years. Now, when it says minimum 2 years, that means for 4 semesters, you need to earn a C- or better. Now, during COVID-19 and essentially the spring, or the winter, spring, and summer terms of 2020, because of COVID-19, they have a little bit of something different. At Orland High School, we just have that spring and then I guess summer also. They're doing a different thing with that. I'll go over that at the end of this video. But in general, so history/social science for 2 years. That means you need four semesters of C- or higher in social sciences. Okay, so the classes that qualify under that are civics, AP Civics and Economics, World History, U.S. History, AP U.S. History, AP European History, Child Development. So at Orland High School, when you just take your standard classes, you meet those 2 requirements through your World History and U.S. History, whether you do AP or not. Okay, so attain at least a C-. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult to do as long as you're doing your homework and you actually put some effort in on your quizzes and assessments and projects. It shouldn't be too difficult to hit that. Now, English. This is one of the most unforgiving, or actually the most unforgiving section of this, the A through G. You need 4 full years. So that means for every single semester of English that you take at Orland High School, that's English 1, 2, 3, 4, the honors and APs of those, and ERWC, whatever you plan on taking. So freshmen, you're going to be taking either English 1 or English 1 honors. English 2 honors for sophomores. For juniors, you take English 3 or AP English 3, also known as, I want to say, it's just English 3 AP, if I recall. And then seniors, you have either English 4, AP Literature, or AP Lit Lang, so Literature and Language, and you have ERWC, which is another option for you there. ERWC is not an AP class, but my understanding of the class, you can ask Miss Davis about this. It's essentially a college prep reading and writing at the college level. It focuses a little bit less on great literature works like stories and like Tale of Two Cities, Jane Eyre, things like that. It focuses more on reading and writing things like psychological journals, articles. So articles in journals, scholarly articles. That does not mean, People magazine articles. We're talking about like Psychology Today articles and medical things along those lines, as well as writing at that level. So less about writing narrative, more report and research. Personally, I would recommend taking ERWC. That's just my, if you are planning on going directly to a college or just to any college school at all, it would help a lot. A lot of colleges and fields of professional fields that you'll end up going in, they use APA format a lot. It's really prevalent. That's American Psychology Association or Psychological Association. It's a little bit different writing style. I recommend learning that early on, and ERWC, if I recall correctly, will prepare you for that. So you need to complete all 8 semesters of English with a C- or better to be A through G. Mathematics. Orland High School, we require a minimum of 3 years of passing A through of the various different math classes. Now for A through G, same thing, but you got to have a C- or higher, and there are only certain classes that qualify. Integrated 1 or integrated 3B does not count as one of those math classes. The reason is integrated 3B is kind of the tail end of integrated 1. It's integrated 2 in the beginning and like sets you up for integrated 3. It's a little bit lighter of a class, and it does not qualify for A through G. Now, the classes that do qualify, you'll see them over here. Integrated, we'll come back to integrated 1A and B. Integrated 1, integrated 2, integrated 3, math analysis, AP calculus, and AP statistics. Now, those each count as 1 year. However, integrated 1A and 1B, basically what integrated 1A and 1B are, we took integrated 1 and we split it up into integrated 1A, 1B. For that to be considered, or that 1A and 1B, for those to count, you need to take both of those. So you're taking at least 4 years of math if you took integrated 1A, integrated 1B. Now, A through G does recommend that you take 4 years of math. I personally recommend it as well. It helps keep those math skills sharp, especially because when you get into college, you're probably going to be, well, you will be taking at least one math class, probably several, depending on what field you're wanting to go into. Laboratory sciences. For A through G, you need 2 years, so C- or better in both semesters of the following classes: biology, chemistry, physics. Those are what they recommend. 3 years is recommended, 2 is required. Now, the classes that Orland offers that qualify for that are bio, chem, physics, zoobot, anatomy, physiology. So, at Orland High School, earth science and life science do not qualify, and the ag sciences do not qualify. Now, that does not mean if you took one of those classes I said that doesn't qualify, that you cannot qualify for A through G. You would just take those classes concurrently. So, if you're in ag and you are a science person, I'd say, hey, or if you're doing FFA, if you are looking to get into like ag business for a career, or agricultural sciences for a career, or anything along those lines, I would recommend that you do take your Ag Science 1, Ag Science 2, and Advanced Ag Science, so your 3 years, but also take biology and chemistry. I recommend taking those, as well as I personally would recommend taking human anatomy and physiology, because if you're going into an animal sciences or an animal livestock field, a lot of the animals, actually a lot of their body and their systems and functions, they are actually very similar to humans. For example, the pig. Pigs have, from as I've learned when I was doing 4-H and whatnot as a kid, pigs have the closest bodily systems to humans out of any other animal. I know everybody says monkeys, however, pigs have the closest system to humans. So 2 years minimum, 3 years recommended for your laboratory sciences. All right, language other than English. Minimum 2 years. close that. Okay. Visual performance and foreign language. So you need a minimum of music. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me back up. I'm up here at language other than English. So for this, you need 2 years of the same language. Right now, that's not an issue at Orland because we only offer Spanish. However, I keep hearing rumors that French may come back down the road. But yeah, so that would be Spanish 1, Spanish 2, Spanish 3, Spanish 2 for Spanish-speaking students, and AP Spanish 4. Now, they require a minimum of 2 years. They recommend 3 years. Personally, I would say take all 4 years. So you can potentially work for that seal of biliteracy if that's something that you're interested in. Now, if in middle school you took Spanish 1 and you're automatically popped into Spanish 2, or you pop into Spanish 2 when you hit high school, that does not qualify as your 2 years. It's 2 years of you sitting in a seat in high school. So if you come in and you're in Spanish 2 for Spanish-speaking students, or Spanish 2, can't get my finger there, okay? That means you need to be taking Spanish 2, Spanish 3, or Spanish 3, Spanish 4. You need minimum of 2 years in high school, okay? Next one, visual and performing arts. You need 1 year minimum of art, drama, or music. So these are all the classes that qualify. So you have advanced choir, advanced band, or regular choir, regular band, whatever's offered that year. Art 1, studio art, fashion, interior design, musical theater, ceramics, percussion, band. Okay? So where our graduation requirements differ from the A through G requirements, for Orland High School, we require 1 year of one of those. So either a foreign language or a visual performing art. For A through G, you basically have 3 years minimum of foreign language, visual performing art. 2 years of foreign language, 1 year visual performing art. What I generally do with students and have students do is they take their Spanish early on, and then usually junior, senior year, we slide in that visual performing art. But you don't have to do it in that order. You can do art your first year, that's fine, and then do your foreign languages later on. Or if you really are an artsy person and you want to do some kind of an artsy something for 2 years, or for all 4 years, you can do that and then knock out your foreign language later on. Okay. Now, electives, 1 year in addition to those required in the A through F sections above. So, classes that are anything that you list up above qualifies for that. Plus economics, which is 1 semester, medical terminology, global health, and psychology. So, when I say I recommend that you take 3 years of Spanish or 4 years of Spanish, that 3rd or 4th year qualifies for your elective. If you take for lab science, if you take biology and chemistry and physics, or biology and chemistry and human anatomy physiology, that physics or Zubot or anatomy physiology, that 3rd year would qualify as your elective. However, when you use one of these, we'll use science for example. If you do biology, chemistry, and human anatomy physiology, that qualifies as hitting your elective, but that does not qualify as 3 years of lab science. Okay, so it's whatever you take in your electives is on top of whatever your minimum is. So if you are a science person and you want to use science as your elective, and you're trying to hit 3 years of that lab science, you take 4 science classes, biochem, and then like physics, zoology, botany, or something along those lines. Okay, so you would need 4 years of that. That does not mean that every single year you need to be taking a science. You can double up. It's going to be a heavy workload, but for example, if you wanted to do bio freshman year, chem sophomore year, then maybe either your junior or senior year take 2 science classes. That works too. Okay. Now, down here we have all the classes listed above must be passed with a grade C or better. For UC and CSU, that's actually a C-. So this is just letter grade C. The reason we put C is because some schools do not acknowledge pluses and minuses. So C+, C-. But for A through G, C minus is the lowest that you can get. Okay. For testing requirements for those schools, they require CSU, ACT or SAT. UC, ACT, SAT with the writing. Additional requirements down here. Now, let me turn this camera. Okay, so with COVID-19, right now, or this term, so spring, and then I guess winter, but we don't really have a winter term, and then summer. So if you're going to do some summer school or whatnot, this semester, and then summer semester or summer term, summer school, for UC CSU schools with COVID-19. Now it's just this term that I'm talking about. They're accepting pass-fail because we're kind of in a limbo state right now. Okay. Let's say that you're a junior this year. Okay. Freshman year, you need to have that C minus or better in your A through G classes. Sophomore year, C minus or better. Okay. Last semester, so fall semester of your 11th grade year, C minus or better. However, for this specific semester, they are taking pass-fail. Okay. Senior year, they will require C minus or better. So for this semester, as long as you pass, you're good to go. Okay. That's just the current, with COVID-19 going on, that is what CSU UCs are accepting. Now, if you're a freshman, then this semester it's the same thing. Pass or fail, they're fine with that. Sophomore, junior, senior, everybody. This specific term, wherever it falls in your 4-year timeline, this semester is pass-fail. Okay? That's how UCs and CSUs are handling the semester with COVID-19 in grades. So I've gotten a number of emails and whatnot and phone calls asking about this. Great. If you have additional questions beyond this video, feel free to reach out to me. That is how this is being handled. So I'm going to post this video, and then I'm going to send out a Remind app and a message out to all of the school to review this video. Okay, so that's how A through G works. Your A through G requirements, and then your A through G for COVID-19 this term. Alrighty, so if you have questions, please email me, call me. My email address is m, like Mr. or Malachi Briggs, Briggs, at OrlandUSD, for Unified School District, .net. You also have my phone number, or you all should have my phone number, and my cell phone number. My work number right now, we're doing Google Voice numbers. Where the heck is my Google Voice number? Sorry, bear with me just a quick second. I can't find it. I can't find it in my email. Sorry. I'll post my phone number in the description. Okay? So if you have a question, email or call. All right? So, Orland family, have a good one. Catch y'all later.